Hey guys, Sam here. Today I'm here with a new kind of video for my channel. About 2 weeks ago, I binge watched all of Kimberly Clark's anti-haul videos. If you've never heard of her or these kind of videos, I'll link her video down below. She's a drag queen. She's hilarious. I was hooked. I watched her entire series of the anti-hauls. An anti-haul is essentially products you're not going to buy. And watching her videos helped me so much to justify, like, Samantha, you do not need these things. Like, I see things immediately, like, on Treadmoon's Instagram, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going out and getting that. Oh my god. And there's, like, so much hype over makeup products nowadays that it's ridiculous. They're like, get it before it sells out. It's limited edition. Get it before it sells out. It's limited edition. And I'm like, okay. And then I end up with all this shit. And then sometimes I don't even use half this stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't use all my makeup. I collect, and I'm like a hoarder, and it's like horrible. I actually should go through my lip products and throw away some bad lip products. But essentially, I'm just going to list off a bunch of things I'm not going to buy. I'm going to insert pictures here so you can understand kind of what I'm talking about. But, alright, let's get started. The first item on my list is this Chanel highlighter. This is $70. They came out with something similar to this like a couple years ago, I think like 2013, 2014. Look at the imprint. Did you see that imprint with the rose? It's so gorgeous and looks gold and it's pretty, but it's $70. $70 for a highlight. And I think it's more of like a subtle highlight too, not like one of those bam in your face highlights that I'm like really into. So like when I first saw it, I'm like, you need this for your collection. You need this, Samantha. And then like I thought about it more and more and I'm like, $70? $70. Like imagine everything you can buy for $70. And then I realized I don't need that Chanel highlighter. And that was liberating. And that was like the first thing in a while that I was just like limited edition and I knew I didn't need. Next is the Violet Voss palettes. They first came out with this I think it's called the Holy Grail palette, and it looks like this. It's like kind of like a warm, neutrally palette. I first saw that, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so pretty. Those are so my shades. I love warm eyeshadows. And then the more I looked at it, I was just like, you have all those eyeshadows. Like, you love those eyeshadows, so you have all of them. It's a $45 palette. Then they came out with another one, collaborated with Laura Lee, which I like her. But once again, I was just like, you don't need it. You don't need it. And then finally, recently, they came out with this Ride or Die palette, which has like, I don't fucking know, 100 eyeshadows in it. And it's just like, once again, it's nothing exciting. It's nothing like new. It's just like all like, I don't know, cool tone and warm tone eyeshadows. But I have all those eyeshadows, you know? And, like, even, like, the really, like, foil metal looking ones, it's just, like, I'm not gonna buy that palette. The Ride or Die palette is $75. Like, no. And then everyone's, like, plugging it, like, promoting it because they all have coupon codes for it. And it's like, we don't need that, guys. You don't need that. So, I don't know. If you have eyeshadows like that, just don't buy it. You don't need it. Next is this Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette. This came out in like November, I want to say. I was going to get it for my birthday because my birthday is November 8th and it came out like right before. And first of all, they had a bad launch on hudabeauty.com. So I was like trying to get on the website at like 3 in the morning because their Huda Beauty is in Dubai. So like they launched it in the middle of their day, but it's 3 a.m. here in Pennsylvania. So I'm trying to buy this freaking palette. And the website's just crashing and crashing and crashing. And apparently nobody could get it for like 24 hours. So I'm like, I'll just wait for it to come to Sephora. And then by the time it came to Sephora, I was just like over it already. Like that whole top row of shadows looks so pretty and so metallic. And like, I need that. I like live for metal eyeshadows all over my eyes. But then you look at like the last 2 rows and it's like, just matte eyeshadows, like matte, like basic colored eyeshadows. And it's like, it's a $65 palette. Like, that's a lot of money, $65. And like, you have to buy it at Sephora or hudabeauty.com or whatever, and you don't get a discount code, and it's a lot of money, and I just can't do it, okay? I just can't do it. So I will never be buying that palette. Next is the Too Faced Peanut Butter Honey palette. So a couple months ago, or like this summer, they came out with a peanut butter and jelly palette. It looked really cute. I actually almost bought it. My friend has it and she raves about it. But then they came out with this and it's just like, they're trying too hard. Like, come on. You had success with the peanut butter and honey palette and now you're just doing this. It's just like kind of what they did with the peach palette. They had so much success with the peach palette. They came out with a whole fucking line of peach shit, which I bought into. I bought that stuff. But then they come out with this and it's just like, that's not exciting. Like I don't know. It's kind of like your natural matte palette. Like I'm just not excited about those colors. So I'm not going to buy it. It's $36. I don't need it. Next is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette. This retails for $48. Let me tell you my problem with lip palettes in general. You put them on the beginning of the day, great, looks great. You had fun making your shade or whatever, and then what happens when it wears off? I'm at work, I'm out shopping. Am I supposed to lug around this whole fucking palette with me? Like, I can't. So I like reapply my lipstick like 5 times a day. I don't have time or the room to like bring around a palette, and like, so what? So I make my lip color one time, it comes off, and then that's it. Like, oh, you had fun this morning. It lasted 2-3 hours. Good thing you bought that $48 lip palette. Can you tell I'm angry? But I almost bought into this palette just because people were like mixing their lip colors, and I'm like, oh my god, those are so pretty. And then it's just like logical like came in, and I'm just like, you're not gonna be able to like reapply your lips. Okay, next is this NARS highlight palette. I don't know the exact name for it. It just came out like last week. It's, I guess, part of their, I don't know, spring, summer collection. I love the packaging. It reminds me of that NARS unfiltered packaging with like the mirrored cover. And then has 3 highlight shades. Well, my problem with this is it's $49 and I'm pretty sure the last highlight shade is just too dark for my skin. You know? So I'm not going to pay $49 for a highlight palette and not be able to wear the one shade. Like, I could maybe, like, wear it as a blush topper, but it's just, like, eh. Plus, like, the only, like, NARS highlight I've ever liked was, what is it? Sands or something? Shimmering Sands or something stupid like that. But, that's the only highlight I've ever liked. Like, Albatross sucks, so what if those suck? And I don't know. They're closing down all, like, the Sephora, like, the JC Penney's in my area, and that's where, like, the closest Sephora's to me are. So if they shut them all down, like, I'm just gonna have to, like, order stuff online, and I don't know. Like, it's scary. Next are the Balm eyeshadow palettes. I have the, Nude Tude. It's, like, all naked girls, and, like, the eyeshadows cover them. I hate that eyeshadow palette. Actually, I'm thinking about throwing it away just because I've had it forever and it just does nothing for me. It's just like it's nothing. So, I don't know. I've never gotten excited about any of their eyeshadow palettes. They retail from like $36 to $42. They have them at Kohl's and stuff, and I just like skip over them. Like, they're matte, and it's just like, you need like one matte eyeshadow palette, and that's it. And like, once you have that, you're good. And I don't know, I just don't get excited about these meat matte nudes and meat matte Tremoni. Like, and then this eat your heart out. Like, I'm just not into it. They don't look like revolutionary shades. I don't feel like I need it. I'm not excited about it. Next is the Sigma HD sponge, $15. They flew out a bunch of beauty gurus to LA, had a party. All these gurus have 10% or whatever coupon codes, and it's just, I look at the shape of this sponge and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with that. I just don't understand that at all. So I'm just going to skip on that. I can find better sponges at home. Next one is a long rant. Jeffree Star's Androgyny palette. This is his newest release. It just came out this weekend. It retails for $45. First time I saw it, I was like, I was kind of disappointed. I was looking for like more of like a warm overall kind of palette, and then I saw this. I'm like, oh. And then I looked at it more and I'm like, oh my god, it's so pretty. Like, look at all those jewel tones. And then I did my research on Jeffree Star. So about a week or 2 ago, I said I was going to not support Z Palette anymore because they were bullying the customers. like calling people poor, calling people ugly, all this like really stupid stuff. And then I read a comment, they're like, if you decide not to support Z Palette, then you can't support Jeffree. And I've always like bought Jeffree's products, and I've always just like turned a blind eye because I love his liquid lipsticks. It's like my favorite formula, hands down. But I did my research. I watched Stephanie Nicole's video, and she like definitely has like a stockpile. If I can find that video, I'll link it down below. And then like just other people's in general, like I just like kept doing my research, watching videos, reading shit, like watching him like actually like act like caught on camera of him like doing and just like saying like mean things to people, just like thinking he's like the king of the world, like all this stuff. So you know what? His defense is that that stuff was all in the past. But honestly, like once, I don't know, like I feel like deep down that's just the person he is. I feel like deep down he's a mean person. And I love Kat Von D, so like if Kat Von D is not friends with him and doesn't support him anymore, then I should like take that with a grain of salt and just like understand that, and like I've just been ignoring it all these years. So I made a mention on a previous video, just like a little like note in my down bar, that I will no longer be buying his products and I will no longer be talking about him or using his products on my videos. And that is all true. So if you wonder, I mean, off camera, I might still be using his products. I spent a lot of money. I have like 6 of his highlighters. I have like a dozen of his liquid lipsticks. I spent a lot of my hard-earned money on that. So please forgive me if I use that off camera, but on camera in my tutorials and stuff, I will not be using his products. Moving on. All right. I have my list here on my phone. That's why I keep looking at it. I'm sorry. Next are these Makeup Geek foiled glosses. As soon as like I saw these, I just wasn't excited. I'm not about like the foiled like metallic lip. I don't know why. If I would buy one of these, I would buy like the lightest shade just because like I like a glossy lip, but I don't like a metallic lip. And these are $15 each, which I think is a lot for lip gloss. So I'm just going to be skipping on these. Like, I don't need them. I have a lot of lip glosses. Lip glosses go bad fast. And you just don't need them, girl. Next is the Lorac Brunch collection. Okay, I so badly want to like this. First of all, it's brunch. Like, they made it kind of cute. And then you look at it and it's all like pastel-y. And I'm like, I love pastels. Like, I wear like pastels on my nails and like all this stuff. And then it's like, am I going to wear pastels on my eyes? No. No, I'm not. And then, like, even the blushes, like, I wanted to like, but my skin tone doesn't look good with, like, pastel blushes. There's highlighters green, like, it's a green, like, shimmery highlight. Like, that's not going to look good on my skin tone, girl. And then the only thing I would break down and buy would be, like, the lip glosses or lipsticks that are, like, $17. I think the lip glosses are $17 and the lipsticks are $18, and the blushes and that are $23 each, and the palette is $44. So it's just like, you don't need that. You don't look good with the. I like the nude lipsticks, but like I already have so many nude lipsticks. Like I already have a nude lipstick from Lorac, and I don't need that. So I'm not gonna buy it. Like just tell yourself you don't need this. It looks really pretty and like really cute, but I don't look good in pastels. Like pastel eyeshadows probably wouldn't even show up on my eyes. Like, I don't know. You know? Next are the Marc Jacobs eyeliners. Every, like, fucking YouTuber got these eyeliners from Marc Jacobs. They come in every color. They're $25 each. $25. I saw them and I'm like, ooh. I'm like, maybe if they're, like, $17, $18, I'll get myself, like, that blue one, that green one. They're $25 each. Like, you can't even buy. Plus, it's like, there's so many colors, like, you just can't buy one. You're gonna buy 2, and that's $50 for 2 eyeliners. Like, it's just a never-ending cycle. And, like, you see all your favorite YouTubers have them, and they're, like, using them in their tutorials, and they're like, yeah, just pull out, whatever bright red, eyeliner you have. I'm gonna use this Marc Jacobs one, because it's the best. And then I put it in. And it's just like, I don't have that. And it's just sad. But like, you can get good eyeliners from the drugstore. Like, NYX has a bunch of like NYX has like pastel eyeliners they just came out with that looked really pretty. And then like just like don't do it. Don't spend $25 on one eyeliner. Like I have one eyeliner that I spent a lot of money on. It was from Ardency Inn and it was like $20 and that's because Jacqueline Hill would not shut up about this eyeliner. She's like, it's the blackest black, creamiest. And I use it and I'm just like, okay, it's like a black eyeliner. Like I like my L'Oreal liner. Like just buy like I know L'Oreal has like a really pretty blue eyeliner that would look really nice in your waterline. So just do that. Just like find drugstore options or like indie brand options, but do not spend $25 on this Marc Jacobs eyeliner. Okay, next we have the Laura Mercier Lightstruck palette. This looks like this. It has this like holographic packaging, which is like so pretty, so to die for. And then all the highlighters are cream. So that's like enough for me. Like I don't like cream. I like liquid highlighters. I like powder highlighters. Don't fucking do cream. I don't like I can't make cream work for me. It like moves my foundation. I just can't make it work. So that's it. Urban Decay Vice liquid lipsticks. They're $18. Um I heard really bad things about these. Like they're really patchy, like just a mess. And there's so many of them. So once again, it's kind of like the Marc Jacobs thing. Like you can't just buy one. You're gonna buy like two or three. So then you've like invested like $50-$60 into these like liquid lipsticks and then like they don't work and then it's just like you're sad and then you like wish you just like listened to me and it's just like don't buy these. There's so many better liquid lipstick brands. Wet n Wild has the best liquid lipsticks out right now for $5 and they have like a dozen colors and I really like them. So look into those. Even like Anastasia Beverly Hills, I've never been disappointed by one of their lipsticks. I know they're $20, but they're always good and they have like a billion colors. So look at those. Okay. Next is, oh, this motherfucker, the Becca Amethyst Pearl Highlight. It looks like this. I wanted this so bad. I had it in my shopping cart on Sephora's website. And I'm like, that packaging though, it has this like silver, like platinum, like purpley, like, I don't know, gorgeous packaging. And you're just like, oh, it's limited edition packaging. I need it. And then it has like this like shade in it. Like, it's like kind of like a duochromy, like purpley pink, like kind of highlighter. I'm like, I can totally make that work. I can totally make it work. It'll be so unique to my collection. I'm like, I need it. And then I started seeing like swatches of it compared to like the new NYX like highlighters that are like $8 and like a bunch of other highlighters. And people are like, yeah, you can just buy this instead. It's kind of the same. And I'm like, well, I'm still going to get the Becca one because of that packaging. And then I realized it was $38. And I didn't just realize that, but like I just kind of like sunk in that you're spending $38 on this like highlighter that you'll use twice and it's just like you're buying it for the packaging, Samantha. And then I just like kind of like snapped out of it and I still kind of want it when I look at it, but I know I can't have it. Like just don't buy it. I just can't buy it. It's just a mess. I just don't need it. I don't need it. Next is the Clarisonic. I wanted one of these like so bad when everybody was like talking about them. Like my skin's so amazing now because I use the Clarisonic. It's $130, like the basic old one, like the Mia one is like $130. And then I forget, like I feel like the Mia 2 is like $250. And then they have like a really high end one that's like $350. Like, I don't know. I've been doing, like, I'll spend money on like a face wash. I'll spend like $30 on a face wash. But I'm not spending like all this money on a tool. Plus, like, they have like drugstore kind of versions of these now that I feel like do a pretty good job. Like Olay has one, and like there's even like a Rite Aid version, like all this stuff. So like, but like you don't need it. I don't know. I mean, I've never had one, so I feel like I can't like talk from experience, but I can just tell you that I'm never buying one. Like I can't justify spending like $200 on like a face brush when like I seem to be doing okay, just like how I am. Like I break out sometimes, but like I'm a woman, like I have hormones, like I'm a human being, like there's oil and like all kind of makeup up in here. So like I break out sometimes and it's just kind of part of life. Next is these Kevyn Aucoin Neo highlighters. These are $58 each. $58. There's this like purple ombre one and like a gold, like kind of bronzy like ombre one. I first saw them and I'm like, ooh. And then I saw like $58 and it's just like, there's no way. I haven't even like really seen swatches of this. Like I know I have. And it's just like not that impressive. Like don't ever spend that much money on a highlighter. Just don't. Don't. It's $58 each, not like for the two of them each. Next is the Benefit They're Real lipsticks. They came out with like a cute little tin of these around Christmas time. The whole hype is like it's two colors. Like on the outside of the lipstick, it's like a darker color and then on the bigger part inside, it's like a lighter color, and it's supposed to be like the dark color, like your lip liner, and you like just kind of skip a step. Meanwhile, for me, lip liners are like there to make my lipstick like last longer, you know? So I'm not like really trying to skip a step with that. Like I don't want the look of an ombre lip. I just want like my lipstick to be on all day. Oh, sorry. So that's basically all I'm looking for there. And then I don't know. These just like they're $20 each, so they're just like as much as any other like Sephora lipstick. And I don't know. I think they're chintzy. I think like Benefit like can just like roll them out. I think they're gonna be gone like by next year. Like just don't buy into those. I don't need those. I'm not gonna buy those. And then finally, the Kevyn D Alchemist palette. It's this like little triangle like Illuminati highlight palette, and it has like 4 highlights in it. My friend got it and she's like, it was so tiny. And then I like watched YouTube videos and they're like, yeah, it's so tiny. And I'm like, okay, I don't need that. I'm like, I love Kevyn D. I'm excited she has highlighters out, but like I don't need that. And then so I like just like completely dismissed it. I'm like, whatever. I moved on with my life. And then Desi Perkins did this look. I'll insert it. She has it on Instagram where she used like the blue shade in her inner corner. And it was so breathtakingly beautiful. And I'm like, okay. And I put that palette in my cart on Sephora's website. I'm like, I need it. Like, I need it. It's just like so pretty. Like, that was the prettiest look. And I want to look just like Desi. So I'm going to buy that palette. And then like, I realized you don't need it. It's like 30 some dollars, like $32, I think. And it's just, you're going to use it like 1 or 2 times. Like you're going to do a look like that. Like how many looks can you do like that? Like Samantha, people are going to be like, stop doing that look. So I just got rid of it. I don't need it. And that's the end of my saga. So thank you guys for sitting down with me. I know this is like a really long ass video and I don't think I'm going to be able to like edit that much out, but I appreciate you guys sitting down with me if I'm looking elsewhere, because it wasn't because I couldn't see my face today, which is weird. I had like pictures up on the screen so I could describe what I was talking about and I just couldn't see. But thank you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Check out Kimberly Clark, check out Stephanie Nicole's videos, and that's it. Thank you guys. Hope to see you again soon. Bye!